So welcome back here, live from Shirahama Beach. You're going to witness a match between Japan's Swampybarg, as you can see here on the screen, who's currently on the 6th seed of the women's division. And just myself, my name is Jonathan Santos, joined here with Alec Tucker. We were just discussing it a while ago, that the seedings or the win-loss records are all bunched up from seeded number 2 to 6, Tucker.
It has been an absolute crazy pool play for the women's division. Again, Swampybarg originally seeded number 1 in this tournament, dropping all the way to 6. Australia putting up a good fight against so many teams with a 4-2 record as they set to pull.
A lot of implications here from the final round robin games here in the women's division. One lose or win here will change the records for both nations. So here, Japan, Swampybarg, off to the races here. Oh, and they quickly shoot it, but looks like too far from her teammate. Australia has a chance here.
A good look. Cutter was there. Just a little too far of the outstretched arm of 13. 28 picking up the disc for Australia. Shoots it to 21. Now to 9, now to 7, all the way down the sideline. Can Japan hold them there? Swinging it back to the middle with number 8. 28 cuts up line beautifully and snags that one out of the air. Looking for 21 as she goes up line, but just off her hands. Japan, chance to secure this first point here. Again, you're seeing this from a lot of the Japan teams. They'll put 4 people in the vertical stack, 1 handler, as they just cut from the top and then fill all the way to the handler position. A nice layout try from Australia, but not quite there.
Japan, oh, pass is a little too high for number 5, Yahata. And again, Australia, another chance to get their first point here.
Sort of 2 of the same throw, looking deep. As you see here, a good throw, good cut, but just over the head. As we mentioned in the last game, wind really picking up here, playing a factor in these games. Dump to the end zone, number 8. Now swings it to number 7, all the way across the field, but not there. Japan on the doorstep. It's their 3rd opportunity here in this opening point. Looking for a fill cut, and they get it. Japan able to secure the point. Gets the hold and keeps it on serve. 1-0 and an exciting start to this game.
Early turnovers from both teams. Look here from Japan. Great patience and a zippy backhand throw to the end zone. Gives Japan its first point. I believe that was Suzuno Uesada, number 21 with assist to number 5, Minori Yahata.
Really good start for Japan. Not giving up that break. Now it's their turn on D. Let's see what the Australia offense can do and how they're going to respond. Even though that one sails out of the sideline pretty far up the field, they're choosing to bring it back all the way to the brick. They'd rather start in the center of the field than the sideline.
This is number 19, Dominic Simpson, is going to start play for Australia. Oh, shoots it quickly to the end zone. Number 22, able to track it down, Grace Andrews. Welcome to your Kodak moment.
As you said, number 19, Simpson, that is her throw. She loves to throw the deep huck Flick Huck down the field, 22. Eyes on the disc the whole time as this one sailed up and up and up. And 22 soars to come down with the score.
And that's going to be Grace Andrews' 11th point in this tournament, leading the Australian women's team. And Dominic Wilson's 14th assist. Those two have got a connection that no other team may have right now. So we're going to look out for those two players as the game progresses.
Really quick response from Australia, making the Japan O-line get right back on the field. D-line had a few opportunities in the last point, but Australia couldn't quite convert. A nice flat pull here, sailing into the middle of the field. Japan working quickly. Staying patient, trying to find a reset.
Great defense from Australia, forcing Japan with an error, just as I said. Australia a chance to take the 1-point lead.
Australia now swinging it to 5. Shoots it up the field and a drop. Right in the hands of 42, but unable to convert.
Bobbles through her fingers. Oh, layout D. No good. Great attention to detail by Japan. Fakes that backhand. Opts to swing it to the middle.
And you will see these Australian women bidding all over the place. They are not afraid to get down and dirty. They love to fly around this field. Great timing cut from Swampybarg, but shifting it to the other side. Now a break throw to the middle, 81 with the continuation to 13. Japan needs to push up the field here. A nice over-the-top flick, but just too far. Swampybarg looking a little exhausted early in this game.
That was Iwaoka trying to see if he can float that pass, but looks like the wind picked up and pushed it away from her teammate, and Australia a chance to lead. We'll slowly bring it down. This is number 37, Matilda Wu. Number 12, Miller to Wu. Great defense for Japan, really not, oh, and just sails out of the hands of Australia. Japan again with the chance. Oh, great grab there from Japan, Swampybarg with her second goal.
Australia with a few chances here, and they've had some open receivers. The throws just either hitting off the hands of the cutters or floating a little bit too high. As you see Japan making quick work, moving the disc horizontally, and then punching that one in for the score. Everything on serve here as Japan leads 2-1.
Just going through the roster sheets, apart from Minori Yahata with 14 goals and 6 assists, we also led by Iwaoka with 14 assists and 3 goals. And then number 3, Masami Yoshida with 6 assists and 8 goals. So it's a well-rounded effort from this whole Japanese team, and nothing surprising there. Not just with the women's, but Japanese national team as a whole, always been well-rounded.
Nice pull here. Japan trying to set up. Looks like they're going with the zone. Australia says, we don't care. We'll shoot it deep over the top of everyone. But 7 with a great layouts goal. And then another over the top throw to 9. 2 quick points from the Australia O-line.
And that was Victoria Battersby with an amazing full extension as he looked at the replay to see that athletic play. Oh, great concentration and even better pass to number 9, Kexin Lee.
Again, Japan had sort of a zone wall on that defensive point. One mark, 3 defenders in the center. But Australia quickly identified that and just shot it over the top of everyone. Australia O-line hasn't really been challenged here yet so far.
It's 2-2. And looks like a little bit coach from Australia looking to talk some strategy. Would like to see if they're going to throw a different defense here. I haven't seen a lot of zone defense from Australia. Look, curious to see, but looks like it will be a hard man-to-man defense. Oh, Japan, someone striking deep here. Are they considering it? No, waves are off. Lateral cut being guarded beautifully from Japan. Australia, stall count is rising, but upline cut is done. Number 14's got the disc. Looking, someone streaking to the upline. Great diving catch from Japan. Number 16 able to reel it down. Somaya looking for a teammate. Great swing to the other side. Another diving catch from 21. Ueseda. Oh, the pass just goes out of bounds. Uncharacteristic error on the red zone.
You see number 19 here, usually an O-line player, crossing over to the D-line early in this game. The Australian D has had a number of chances but unable to convert, so this could be a strategic move by the coach, trying to get their number 1 handler to kind of settle down their D-line offense.
Oh, great pass there. Just lands to number 94, opens up the field. Now she's urging her teammates to come back in. Oh, great catch there from Australia.
Ooh, the other mark there. Tried to stick a hand in, but that caused the foul. Disc will stay with Australia here.
Oh, great sticky hands for Andrews and just chalks it, but looks like goes off her fingers, her hands from 96 Deborah Lee. As you look at the replay of what happened there, 19 able to get the dump. It looks like the pass was just too blady for their taste there.
Yeah, really needed to just put that one far, setting up in the middle of the field.
Oh, and an error there. Looks like the pass was just too low for Japan. And here again, Grace Andrews slowly jogging to the disc and will start play. Is looking, thinking about that inside pass. Oh, a bladed throw again. It's gonna sail out too much. Not sure. That's the second time Grace Andrews decided to chuck that towards the end zone with a bladed throw. To at least dive there to not get that easy forward pass. But I'd wish to Japan to just hold that disc a little longer. Have that cutter go but a little bit closer for her. And another error from Australia here gives Japan another chance.
Dominique Simpson, we called her name out before. Number 19, typically an O-line player, but crossing over here to the D, just made a number of mistakes here, forcing this Australia D-line to continue to work to get this one back. And Japan here, 1 handler, 4 people in the stack. You'll see this from almost all of their national teams.
Here we go. It seems where Australia will make quick movement here. Number 22. Grace Andrews gives it to number 19. Simpson sends it. It's floating, but again, another error from her. I'm not sure the decision behind those passes so far from Simpson.
If you're the D-line here, though, you have to be happy. You're making the O-line of Japan work really hard. This is an incredibly long point. These players are going to be exhausted after this one.
And this, without even looking, this looks like to be the longest point so far. A game of attrition for this point. Japan looking again, the middle of the field, has to swing it to the other side. Oh, thought about that, but bolster it. Great defense from Australia. Stall count is rising, but able to get it on. Looks like a foul is going to be called during that catch. I believe that is the right call there.
I think from the Japan player's perspective, that layout bid just impacting their ability to catch the disc. Uncontested there from Australia, so Japan will retain possession.
Looking deep, no one's going deep from Japan, but there's one streaking. Number 16 then swings it. Great pass to the break side. Now 81 has got it. Almost near their end zone, so gotta be careful here rather from Japan. Oh, great upline cut, but blocked by Simpson. Japan has to give it to the middle. Diving bid, and it looks like they're at the edge of the end zone here. Just a few meters. Number 14 urging his teammates. Stockholm was rising but had to shoot it, and a block from Australia. I think that was Simpson making the defensive bid. Again, Australia, another chance to score.
Credit to this D-line. They are not giving up on this point. And Japan has something to say about that with number 14 with an insane layout to get this one back for Japan.
That was Akari Haruma. Great layout bid.
Getting the cutting started, but good defense from Australia, forcing them to swing to the end zone and just out of the leaping try of Japan. So many opportunities, so close, but not quite there for either team.
I wouldn't be surprised if Australia calls a timeout here, given that it's becoming a very long point now for both nations.
Coach doesn't appear to be telling them to take a timeout. I think he wants them to push it up the field a little bit as they get their cutting started. Beautiful break throw to 94. 94 to the middle. Both players grab it. 22 rips it away from Japan. And I think 14 is going to call a strip.
But I think from what I'm looking here, it's really close to the boot. I feel like both players had the hands on the disc, but in this case, the offensive player will have the possession here, but that's going to be the conversation. And looks like 22 is going to retain the disc from Australia. Fleming gives it to 22. Andrews to 38. Here's Simpson now. Oh, great pass here to 94.
Trying to work the break side, staying patient from Australia. Back to Simpson.
Great decision from Simpson to just swing it. They're almost near their end zone, and they get the score. Finally for Australia.
What a fight from that D-line. An incredibly long point ends in the first break of this game, putting Australia up 3-2.
And that was an incredible effort from both teams, with Australia coming out of top on that point. I'm pretty sure Japan is going to be forced to change their line here.
Great effort from Australia. As you said, Japan forced to change up their O-line here, as that was just a long, grinding point. pressure building for Japan here as you can't let Australia get on a run.
And great move from Australia there, putting in Simpson, their offensive line handler, to punch that score for them. And this is going to be more difficult for Japan as it's against the wind now. But just when I said that, oh, a pass just goes up. And another turnover generated from the Australia team.
In the time cap as well. As a Japan in the time cap as well. As a Japan unforced error there. Trying to squeeze
point. As he looked there, zigzag moves there. Japan was right. Great defense. Awesome cheer started out from Evie Miller.
And just like that, it's 4-2. Two big breaks for Australia to give them a little bit of breathing room. And as I was saying, that really long point could play a significance. Again, we're doing a 25-minute halftime cap here at AOBUC. So if we hit that 25 minutes and we have not yet reached 7, we could experience the mirror on a much lower score. Australia with a nice level pull as they race down to cover. Another deep look, puts up the disc. Great adjustment from Japan to get that. Another bidding try from Australia, but not quite there. Ooh, almost had the breakthrough, but opts for the easy swing. And a hand block from 21, but a foul called.
There'll be discussion between Haruma, number 14, Japan, and 21, Jessica Smith from Australia.
And as you see this conversation, you can see the height difference. Number 21 just towering over her. Good attempt to try to stop that swing. As they're asking the game advisor for their perspective. Again, such a privilege to have these game advisors here to be able to help the players referee this game. This is going to be a contested foul. Japan will retain possession, nearing their end zone, trying to get back in this game.
Lateral cut is defended. Now, force that player had to go back to that handler side. Oh, great lateral cut from the same player, 14. 14 looking. Oh, zigzag move. Upline cut is complete. Great movement and response from Japan. Gives them their 3rd point.
And right before that score, I believe I heard the time cap go off, which means the mirror is most likely going to be at 5. So again, that early break from Australia grinding out that break point can play a really significant factor here. But Japan, good work to stay calm, stay patient, bring this one close. 4-3 in favor of Australia now.
And here Australia, you can see the familiar faces from the O-line. You're going to see Simpson there, and for sure, Grace Andrews will be part of that crew. First whistle has been sounded to initiate pull, and off the pull it goes. Great pull there to start a little closer. Simpson looking, someone's going downfield and hawks it. Will it be enough for 94? And he gets it to go!
That disc just floated beautifully. Streaking down the middle of the field was 94, and an easy throw for Simpson. Nice step out to the backhand side. And it just floated so nicely, reading that win, number 94 for the score.
And if I'm Japan there, I need to change my... If I'm Japan, I'd like to change strategy and how I'd mark Simpson. You don't want to give her those great looks and hugs, so I'd expect, hopefully, to do a much more flatter mark to force her just at least swing the disc instead. But that was extremely easy for Australia.
And again, with the point cap at 5, or excuse me, the time cap going off, forcing the mirror to be at 5, Australia's going to receive this pull and get another chance on O.
That is huge, huge implications for this point. And we'll see if there's going to be adjustments from D. Maybe a zone defense from Japan. We'll never know. We'll see. After this pull, it's going to land just beyond the halfway mark of this field. And looks like right on cue. It looks like a zone defense, partner.
Not sure yet, as there was a little confusion from Australia whether they were going to pick that one up or take it on the brick, electing to take it on the brick here. Yes, and it looks like you're right. Maybe more of a zone D from Australia. Again, one mark, 3 people in kind of the middle of the field, 1 person poaching deep. And who's going to get this one? And that zone D works in their favor. That deep defender positioning themselves beautifully, not allowing the deep cutter an opportunity to get that disc.
And it just played so perfectly to Japan's hands. That zone defense forcing it to the other side. And that's where you want to be if you're the zone defense, forcing that tough pass to the end zone. And the person from the long, guarding the long, perfectly positioned, as you mentioned, Tucker.
Australia now, number 12, really putting herself in the lane. Nice positioning there. Trying to shoot it to 81, who sticks up her hand beautifully. Now swinging it to the middle, continuation swing, working it to the break side. Back into the middle of the field, shot deep.
Oh, gets it, number 1, Abel, right near the end zone here. This is gonna be huge. Japan punches it through. 4th point. Oh, looks like there's going to be a call, a travel call, so it's going to go momentarily back. It looks like they're having trouble here. Oh, what a ziggy-zag pass to get their 4th point, Japan.
Japan now with the break. Responding beautifully. 5-4 now in favor of Australia. And look at just this inside break. Really nice cut. Planting her foot in the ground. Cutting hard to the break side, and a really nice throw to get that score.
And just right on cue. Great thinking from the coaching staff of Japan, switching up their defense. We're going to see if that's going to be a consistent thing, to see if Australia can answer back on that. And here's the coach from Australia.
Just one quick point on zone offense. When you are on offense and you are facing a zone, it's very tough to not go where the cup wants you to go, right? The cup is giving you that free swing to the open side, but you have to keep in mind, from the offensive side, that's where they want you, because that's where they're going to set up their trap. So having the discipline to look for another space, look for something else to try to break that zone. Australia with another chance on O here as Simpson receives the pull.
Let's see what's it look, and looks like it's going to be the same here. 1-3-1 defense set by Japan. And here we go. They're already at the sideline, and Grace Andrews quickly gets it back. And this is going to be tough because it's going to be against the wind. And then again, another generated turnover from Japan.
The 3 defenders in the center of the field have a great understanding of where the handler is looking. really putting pressure to make a perfect throw from Australia, and just not there that time, as Japan is going to set up in a side stack. Trying to look for the break throw. A nice layout catch, gets this one, but Australia is going to call that down.
Well, that's going to be tough here. Even from our angle, it looked good for a second.
And this Japan team has been running the zone against everyone. It's been very effective for them in some crucial points. As you get a look at the catch here, did appear that they had their hip down before the line, as they're trying to say, as they're posing on the sideline there, pleading their case to the Australian player.
It looks like Game Advisor will come into play just to provide their observation again. As their job title is, they will only advise what they feel they saw, and it will be up to the players involved on the call. And just looking from the motions.
I can hear the game advisor. He's saying that from his perspective, they had the disc in possession. They were inbounds.
And now it'll be up between these two nations to discuss what will be the resolution. There will be a second whistle. And that's a second whistle signaling from another game advisor about the time that has elapsed discussing this call. And just looking from the comment sections and it looks like it's going to be going back to Japan there.
Number 8 from Australia made the call, chose not to take the advice from the game advisor. Back to the Japan thrower as this one continues up the line. Another deep throw. Japan to the end zone, but just out of reach. The wind picked that one up at the last second and took it out of the space of the Japan cutter. And an injury timeout as Simpson is going to make her way to the sideline. Curious to what happened there.
And it didn't help that one of the Japanese players was stumbling as she was trying to read the disc. Hopefully nothing too major. So number 94, Adrian Fleming, will sub in for Simpson there. And here, zone defense again. And this is going to be a little bit different as Simpson is not in that line. So curious to see he's going to step up. Oh, great defense there to prevent the early crash.
And a great throw to get out of the trap. Swinging it to the other sideline now, making the defense work. Can they reset this zone as they're going to work it back to that sideline? And now a long throw goes up, but luckily 21, as tall as a tower, able to get that one.
Tall as a tower indeed, and Australia in a good position to answer back on this zone defense. Oh, and a block from Japan!
I am so impressed with these Japanese defenders. That wall in the center just doing a great job of looking at the cutters and crashing.
As we look here on the replay. Oh, it looks good from here, partner. If I may say, it looks like a clean block. Not sure if Australia had a chance to stop rotation on that disc.
I think probably from the Australia players' perspective, they might be thinking that the Japan defender, their hands might have hit their hands as they were reaching out to grab the disc.
Oh, I do apologize. Then I thought it was a strip that was being called, but if it's a foul, then to your point, then probably that contact forced the turnover.
But a contested foul here is going to give the disc back to Australia.
And swings. It's still going to be a zone defense despite in the near the end zone. Australia, chance to increase their lead to 2. But just as you said, Tucker, so amazing from Japan to just stick with their guns, stick with the zone defense. A lot of great communication from the middle. Oh, I thought she was going to do that hammer throw, but opts to holster it. Was she able to get it in? It looks like a score is being signaled for Australia. 6 points in this game.
They get the hold there. 6-4. Nice shot to the corner of the end zone, a layout. Great trailing grab from Australia there. And Japan with amazing defense. Really, really good job on that zone.
Let's see how, but if I'm Japan, that is still a win for them as far as defense, making the Australian team work for that point. If I'm them, I'd still stick with that zone defense because it's been working well for them, forcing Australia, making some uncharacteristic throws and errors.
The Japan O-line here has to make this simple, has to secure this point. Time winding down. A little less than 10 minutes left here, and a beautiful break throw sets this one up for Japan. Simpson back in here on the defense.
Oh, what a great grab!
Australia, beautiful work and a quick point to bring this one within 1, as that was just an incredible grab to save it. A nice fill cut here over the bidding try of Australia, and then they shot it to the end zone. Another layout, beautiful score for Japan. 5-6 now in favor of Australia.
And despite the hard-nosed defense from Australia, as you mentioned, great composure to be able to read the play and grab the disc despite the physicality from the women of Australia.
Great pull from Japan. They got to hustle down, force Australia to work in their own end zone. Oh, and there's the D from Japan right on the doorstep. Beautiful job from Japan with the pull and the D and the score. Bringing this one 6-6. We got a tie game.
And that's number 5, Minori Yahata, with the denied pass. Amazing effort to run through. They're all tied at 6.
Really great composure there. And that all started with the pull and then the effort to chase down the disc. Australia felt the pressure, put that one a little bit too high, which led to the D for Japan. And now we're getting tight here as this one is 6-6, heading into the final minutes of this game.
But that wouldn't happen if it wasn't from the perfect pull from the Japanese team, forcing that throw or the disc to be just at the back end of the end zone. And we're gonna see. And the pull is off. And Simpson back in here, see what she's going to do. She's going to quickly huck it. Is it going to still be a zone defense? Yes, and she opts to huck it there. Blady throw forces Australia to another turnover. They have no answers yet from the zone defense. And that's going to work well for Japanese team here.
Just an amazing adjustment from Japan. They tried that zone, they saw something they liked, and now they've been sticking with it, giving this Australian O-line something to think about, making them work a little bit harder. More of an H stack from Japan, almost a split stack here. One player shoots deep, one player tries to come to the middle. The easy swing is just out of reach for Japan. And now Australia's going to get it right on the corner of their end zone. Just inches away from making this one a one-point game.
And Australia gets that easy point to bring the lead to 1 with their 7th point in this game. Unfortunate error from Japan as you look at the replay. Oh, looks like, yes, it looks like the wind pushed that pass a little further than she'd hoped for.
They had a really good initial play. The swing was there, but just unable to convert. Lucky break for Australia as they just threw that one away and gave Japan a chance. But Japan gift wrapping that one as they just put it on the doorstep of their end zone.
But if you're Japan, nothing to worry about. You've been down 2 points earlier, so you're just happy that you're again just within striking distance to pull out a win.
As we said at the start, this game has major implications for...
And a quick move in from Japan. Oh, threads the needle, but just too low for Japan. It looks like a game of runs here. It's now Australia's turn to make their own run. And looks like they're gonna stay with man here. Or it doesn't look like they're gonna go to the 2-2-1 zone defense, so to speak, and that forces a turnover.
I'm shocked by how rattled Australia is by all these zone Ds. They seem to have no answer and not a clear offensive plan for when a team is throwing a zone on them.
And it's a different kind of zone. Earlier we saw it was a 1-3-1, but now it's a 1-2-1, so to speak.
And I did hear the time cap go off. This is going to play a major role. Oh, and just out of reach. Japan with a beautiful deep cut had all the space, but the throw just a little overhead. Again, that time cap going off, that could play a major role in this game as we get another replay. The cut was there, all that space, and just over the head of the cutter.
Probably she wanted that pass a little further rather than a little up than she wanted. Then he had all the space to chase it down.
As you said, doing more of a 2-2-1 now. And now transitioning more into a cup. Japan doing a great job of really just understanding where the space is on the field and how to defend it, leading to another missed throw from Australia. Japan quick to pick it up, trying to work, swinging it back to the middle. Wind really picking up now. These throwers have to think about it. Another wobbly throw, but Japan able to secure. And that one, with so much zip, just sails out of the end zone.
But again, I commend Japanese team's defense there. A lot of great communication in that middle zone. Nowhere to position themselves. Middle zone. Nowhere to position themselves rather, to make a D, but just unfortunate they're unable to convert this point.
The Australia D-line has been doing great all game, forcing so many turns, but now it's on them to convert one.
It's just too far. Another unforced pass, or unforced error rather.
Again, that's what this zone wants. They're leaving that person open because they know how difficult that throw is. Again, look at all that space they had, but the throw just out of bounds. As number 21 from Swampybarg picks up the disc. 42 waiting to tap it in. Big mark here. They're shutting off the arounds. The undercut was wide open, but they didn't see it. Shoots it all the way to the other side of the field for a big dump. Looking to the middle of the field, but now number 1 is clearing out. Another fill comes. Not quite there. Stall count rising. Over the top throw is converted for Japan. 81 with the disc. Looking for a break throw. Swinging it to the open side. A little push pass to 81. And not quite sure what happened there. They hit the disc. The mark hit the disc. The disc still seemed to be floating. The Japan player caught it, but I believe number 12 is going to be saying that that one was down.
This is going to be a crucial call here, partner, because they would give Japan be able to tie the game here. So this is going to be a very interesting conversation.
And that was such a bang-bang play. And as you said, crucial point, because if Japan scores this, we're going to universe.
You can see here in the replay. Oh, that's tough there. Really tough from that angle.
Couldn't quite see it, but 81 dropped so low to the ground that she really gave the mark an opportunity to defend that one. If you step out and step long, the game advisor getting involved, number 12, listens to their perspective, and that one's going to be called up, and a score for Japan.
A great spirit conversation between two nations there. Able to use the point of view of the game advisor and say, look, she looks like had a better view as you look at the replay again.
I think that was the right call and a good job by number 12 to rescind. Again, such a privilege to have these game advisors to give their unbiased perspective, to be able to, maintain the spirited conversations and help these players referee the games. And now, we've got a barn burner on our hands as we head into Universe Point. Japan has made an absolutely insane comeback with their defense. And let's see if they stick with that zone and put some pressure on Australia.
And I think they should, because they have no answers yet. But interesting, yes, they will stick it as a one. But oh, quick shoot to the end zone. Is this it? No, it will not. Interesting take. I just feel that Australia is somewhat afraid of that zone defense and just opts to do those quick plays.
I think they're also trying to play to their strengths. I think they've made it clear throughout this tournament they have the hucks. They have cutters that are able to track down these discs, so just trying to play to their strengths. They had a few quick points early in this game, but that one just sails out the back of the end zone. And now Japan setting up. Again, they love to do this. One handler back, 4 in the stack, and they're all going to move off of this.
Start to play. This is going to be crucial here. Great pass to the middle. Sends it. Has got a lot of air here. Able to grab it. Number 5. Great presence of mind despite Simpson right behind her. Oh, a call is made, but looks like turnover by Japan. Great defense from Australia.
Another shot deep, but this one's going to be too long as well. Australia throwing away some opportunities here. Have to be a little bit more patient in these critical moments. And I wish we could see a replay on that Japan offense, because they have been doing such a great job of working it to the break side. Number 5 going against number 19 for that sky battle. And Japan has another opportunity there. Shuts down the initial play. Japan had it in their hands, but bobbled. And now Australia on the brick, really close to securing this game.
Oh, they're gonna stick with the zone defense, Japan will. They're so close here to get a win. Simpson, floaty pass is complete. Australia comes out on top.
Nice job by number 19. Beautiful pass to the end zone, and Australia gets the victory in this tight match. Those 2 early breaks really making a difference as we watch the replay here. Japan sticking with that zone that has been so effective for them. But Simpson staying aggressive, making sure she got this disc, and a nice over-the-top backhand to the back of the end zone. Wins this one for Australia.
Amazing game we've witnessed. It is always between these 2 countries that we've seen tightly contested match, and that's gonna go well for us here in the booth, but also the viewers being able to witness such a great match. We'll be coming back here. Next match will be against Philippines and Japan. We'll be right back here with after a short break live from Shirahama Beach.